What's up, guys? This is my first custom rifle build review, my first video. Decided to pull out this oldie but goodie I built about 5 to 6 years ago. This is my first AR-15. I looked at a lot of stuff on the market. Nothing really struck my fancy that I could afford, and there were a lot of components that I knew I wanted custom on my gun. So instead of buying my first AR-15 off the shelf, I decided to go the route of building and piecing my own custom build together, and this is how it turned out. The build was inspired by the WarSport LVOA rifle. That rifle, for those of you that remember, is much hated for the simple fact they wanted about $3,000 for a rifle of this style back at that time. WarSport has since gone out of business, been reacquired. I don't even know, I think there's a company that picked up the style rifle and are making them today. But at the time, I wanted that style of rifle, so I built my own. Starting with the upper and lower here. Upper and lower receiver is a match set from Juggernaut Tactical here in Southern California, local to me. Cerakoted in burnt bronze. Really like the look of the upper and lower. Juggernaut Tactical, they make high quality uppers and lowers. Really happy with their work. I've got a AR-10 chambered in 308 that I built that I'll be showing in another video, so be sure to subscribe and look for that video as well. But the Juggernaut Tactical upper and lower, the front rail is what really made the WarSport LVOA famous at the time. And at the time, you had to buy their complete rifle to get this unique full-length rail system that they had on their rifle. They would not sell this individual piece to you. So I went out and I sourced this part off the internet from a company called Crytac. They do a lot of stuff in the airsoft world, but this is full metal, fully machined. I believe it's T6061 aluminum, where this is a higher grade aluminum on the upper and lower receiver, but nonetheless, the front rail had the look I wanted. It is aluminum. It has held up for well over 1,000 rounds to this rifle. This thing has no safe queen. It's been used a lot, and it's held up and performed flawlessly. The only legitimate parts on this gun from WarSport is the actual barrel and the top hat muzzle brake that's pinned and welded on this rifle. The barrel is heavy, but it's 14.7 inches, and then when you pin and weld that muzzle brake on the end of it, it gets you to a 16-inch long barrel here in the state of California. That makes it the shortest legal rifle, not a short barrel rifle. It is a full-length rifle. So I wanted to basically put together the shortest legal rifle I could, and this is what I came up with. Beyond that, put some Magpul furniture on it. Got the Magpul pistol grip here on the back, along with the Magpul vertical foregrip, and these fairly cheap Magpul Embus plastic iron sights. Not the greatest things in the world, but in a pinch they work. I've actually never had to use the iron sights, but they're there as a backup just in case. I've got this older Sig STS red dot optic on here, mounted on a riser. A lot of guys on the newer rifle builds, they're going even higher with the risers. That'll probably be one of the next steps of this rifle, is a higher riser and a better optic. But for what this does, it works, it's great. No major complaints there. As far as some of the internals on this rifle, one with the BCM bolt carrier group and a Timney skeletonized trigger. Great trigger on this gun. The original LVOA WarSport came with a flat CMC trigger. I actually put the flat CMC on my AR-10 build. Fantastic trigger as well, but I have absolutely no complaints. This thing works great. Great feel to it. Love that trigger. The one component that I am probably going to be changing out here sooner rather than later is the rear adjustable stock on this gun. This one was made by Hogue. I like the look of it. Hogue, very reputable company. A lot of people really love their stuff. I don't know if this particular one had a QC issue to it, but it's the only part on the rifle that has a little bit of rattle to it. Everything else is super solid, fits together snug on this gun, no rattle at all. But this little rattle on the stock just irks me a little bit. So again, I don't know if it's just this particular stock had a QC issue. Heard great things about Hogue, but I will probably be changing out the stock on this gun to something different. Biggest downside on this rifle for me, it's heavy for an AR-15 platform. I put it on the scales without a mag in it, came out to 7.8 pounds. So the rifle is definitely on the heavier end, especially when you get a mag full in there. It is a weighty rifle. For it being relatively compact with the heavy barrel and the solid upper and lower receiver, that's where most of the weight's at. Incredibly accurate rifle, and still get some range out of this thing for it being as relatively compact as it is. So trade-offs come. Love this rifle, my first build. Stay tuned for more. I'll get some videos up of this thing actually in action. Very flat shooter, great rifle overall. Super happy for my first custom build. Thanks.